So as most of you probably remember, last October versus the Arizona Cardinals, Robert Tonyan went down with a torn ACL, and it was definitely very, very sad to see. We've seen so many ACL injuries for the Packers in the past year, with obviously David Bakhtiari being the biggest one, struggling with that injury all year. We saw Elton Jenkins go down. We saw Kylan Hill go down, as well as Robert Tonyan. And Brian Gutekunst a couple days ago actually had a little bit of an update on sort of Robert Tonyan's progress so far dealing with his injury. And here's a quote right here from Packers Wire by Brian Gutekunst right here saying this: "Bobby is doing great. I don't think we have a real timetable on that, but I just know he's ahead of schedule," Gutekunst said Monday at the NFL annual meeting. "We won't close the door on anything early if it's possible, but at the same time, you guys know how important he's going to be to our offense, so we'll be cautious as we go through that, make sure he's available for the whole year." So it is great news to hear that he is ahead of schedule. We don't exactly know what that schedule is. Obviously, the Packers and their training staff know what that is. We don't know what that is, but to hear that he's ahead of schedule, it sounds like a positive. But as Gutekunst said, they're going to be cautious because they don't want him to maybe play him too early in the season and have him go down once again and continue to deal with that injury. So hopefully, at least maybe after the first few weeks of the season, he'll come in and be ready to go. The thing is with these ACL injuries, as we saw with Bakhtiari, it's like you never know when a player is going to be fully healed. Because, Bakhtiari in the beginning of the season, we were thinking, okay, maybe at like week 6 or so, Bakhtiari will be ready to come back. And that definitely wasn't the case. He comes in, the last game versus the Lions? I think it was that game, and then he doesn't get to play in the playoffs because he was still dealing with that injury. So hopefully Robert Tonyan will continue to heal up, but it is good news to hear that he is ahead of schedule. If we take a look at his stats right here, of course he only played in a lot less games in 2021 with him being injured in late October. But as you can see, 2020 was the Robert Tonyan year, 52 receptions, 586 yards, and he had 11 touchdowns that season. So hopefully coming into 2022, when he is healthy, he can be that guy who Aaron Rodgers trusts, and they've built up lots of trust, I'd say, over the past few seasons that they have been together, and we saw just how good Robert Tonyan can be and how he can produce when he's at his best, and that was in 2020 with 11 touchdowns, probably one of the, I think he was maybe leading that year in touchdowns for tight ends. If not, he was very, very close. So there's no question in my mind Robert Tonyan can still play at a high level. Hopefully that injury doesn't ever hold him back anymore. Hopefully he's ready to come back fully from that. But that's the update for right now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you guys want to see more Packers content, and I'll see you guys next time.